I'm waiting for when you get purple lino down.
Purple lino.
Purple lino.
Well,
I have noticed there's not a huge amount of purple lino.
I have to get some flooring advice from
Purple lino with quiffs in it.
I mean, hello, people of Earth, and welcome to the Quiffcast, the podcast where nerds nerd about everything they're nerdy about. I'm Rob Baines. I'm joined by Ryan Gray.
Hello.
How are you today, Ryan?
I'm very full, thank you. How are
Very
you?
full. So we've just as a bit of a behind the scenes sort of thing, me and Ryan had a quick break. We filmed the episode, well, I can say film now.
I thought you said a quiff break there.
Quiff break. Take a quiff break.
Take a quiff break.
So we actually did film / record. I'll just say record, actually. We did the first episode of season 4, and now we're filming episode, I don't know.
Episode X.
It's episode X. The numbering will come later. But we thought we're on a nice little streak of recording podcasts, so we went ahead and did another one.
Very cheeky.
That's what we're doing right now. And we had a pizza in between as well. Lovely.
Very.
A lovely pizza. You like pizza? No, that's a lost reference.
Say Domino woohoo.
Domino woohoo. Because I don't know if it came on microphone, but my stomach was rumbling by the end of that because I was like doing a busy morning trying to sort stuff out, and then we were trying to get this podcast recorded. I just realised there's some keys everywhere.
Oh my gosh!
What we're doing this is terrible.
So unprofessional.
Look at all those audio spikes there.
No. It's a visual diagram of it.
It's a visual. Well, we have to. The thing is, if people listening to this, they have to have a visual in their head of what's going on. Otherwise, they'll be lost.
You should just shake them keys a little bit harder then.
Should I shake them keys? I'm not going to shake them keys because it will get in people's ears.
It will.
And it'll get on people's rears. Yeah.
No comment.
I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, anyway, long story short, long story short, we had a break, and now we're back. Two Quiffcast members later, because Ash has gone to socialise with his. He literally has gone to socialise, and Charlotte's gone to check up on her parents' doggers.
So we won't be having a mother update in this podcast.
No mother update this podcast.
Not this time.
And no shopping.
No shopping either.
No shopping. It's interesting. It's nice being back doing Quiffcasts, actually. Yeah. It's been a long time not doing them. I think it's weird. I don't mean to go back to pandemic talk here.
There you go.
But we stopped doing podcasts at a point where we probably could have done a lot of podcasts. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
In a time where there was not much else to do. But then again, it was a very odd time. Like, reflecting on it, it was a very odd time.
And what else are you going to talk about in that kind of...
Yeah.
It's always going to be one topic and one topic only.
That's another thing. That's probably one of the reasons.
What did you have for lunch? Because, I mean, that might be quite interesting in, those times.
I'm sure people did podcasts back then and be like,
yeah.
How you find the pandemic? It's the same answer, really.
Can't really talk about plans, in the future.
What your holiday travelling plans, Ryan? I can't do that.
I'm going to Tesco's tomorrow.
Yeah. One at a time. Get your mask on. Only one person from each family household. All that. That was another world, wasn't it?
It was.
Bizarre.
Speaking of other worlds.
Speaking of the worlds, yeah.
Do you remember this bad boy?
That's a very interesting thing you're showing me right now. If you don't know what Ryan's holding in front of my face at the moment, he is showing me
just blocking this camera,
blocking my whole shot.
I know you're not able to use that one, are you?
I probably will now that I mentioned it. But he's showing me I want to say this is the Mark
1.
No,
2.
It's not.
2?
It's the Mark. I think it's 2.
2?
Yes, it's Mark 2. Robcam Mark 2. I'm on Robcam Mark 8 now, so that's putting things in perspective. if you want a visualization of what is going on and you're just listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, this podcast is available to watch on YouTube. There you go, a little plug in for that. Because like I mentioned in previous podcasts, we're filming them now. It's a filmed podcast, which comes natural because of my profession, really, let's be honest.
And you'll be glad to know that it won't be in
480? 480. I think it's probably 480 then, yeah.
Maybe 720 at a push?
No, that was not HD days.
It says HD on the side.
Does it?
HDD megapixel.
It's hard disk drive. That means it's got a hard drive built in.
Back in the day when HD stood for hard drive, not high definition.
There was not a hybrid megapixel. I'll tell you what this thing does have. This camera that I hold in my hand. Gotta describe things.
I struggle to hold one of them in your hands like that nowadays.
I know.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Easily.
I don't know. My cameras that I have now, you'd have more struggle. This is easy.
That's called a handy cam for a reason.
It's handy.
Yeah.
It's a handy cam. In fact, I wish I kind of want another one of these, like the more up-to-date version, just so I can do a bit of on the cusp.
More handy things.
Yeah. Is that the right phrasing? On the cusp?
I thought you were about to say, is it handy things?
Is it on the cusp? Is that the right phrase for
on
like
the cusp?
on the
on the edge?
Just like just randomly. Is that on the cusp?
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff. There you go. I knew when it came out of my mouth, I was thinking that's not the right word.
See, I have a bad reputation for getting phrases wrong.
Well, I do.
So I'm glad that I've restored some value and faith.
Restored balance.
Yeah.
But tell you what, this does have that I mean, it was a bit of a gimmick, but this has night mode on it.
Oh yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Little button. I remember the button.
I remember the Halloween vlogs.
Literally, we did like with most haunted sort of situations, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Until you get poked in the eye.
Or worse.
Or worse.
Or worse. Keith.
No, that was poked in the eye.
Oh.
That's what I was referencing. That's what I was referencing. That's literally what I was referencing. Yeah, that was bizarre. That was another time. 16th birthday, I think.
Yes.
My 16th birthday.
Was it 15th?
No, I think it was 16th.
16th.
My 16th birthday, I had a party, and for some reason we decided to switch all the lights off and do a vlog in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
That's another day. That was another time.
It was.
Which I think we're going to speak about a little bit today.
Yeah, good segue.
Like, you got to get these transitions in. It's all about having a flowing conversation.
Yeah.
So when we first started doing videos, we've gone through, as I say, we've gone through a few cameras now. Let's just be specific about the Quiffcast to start with. When we decided to do the Quiffcast, I don't know what sort of pushed us to do a podcast, because that is actually known as series or season 0 of the Quiffcast, because it was the first. Well, we just upload them straight to YouTube. I don't think those are available on thing, but you can watch them on YouTube. Very classic. I can't remember what topics we talked about, but
probably everything and anything.
This middle there.
That's probably in there somewhere.
It's probably
yeah.
Oh,
don't spill it on
the. No, well, that's why I'm off to the side, sort of thing.
Hope you've
exclusive video content for YouTube watchers. So we literally recorded the podcast by speaking into the small microphone that is on the top of that camera. That's how we did it. We closed the lens because it was audio, of course. No video back then. And then we upgraded for season 1 to 3. We upgraded to using my voiceover microphone, which I still use. This is still a very good microphone. But we were sharing it, weren't we? It was it was a case of leaning when you wanted to speak, sort of thing. Whereas now, bit upgraded. We've got our own microphone. You've got your own microphone.
I still have to lean a little bit.
It's different, isn't it? It's a different sort of sensation.
Yeah, I mean, I could sit back here and talk.
But you can sort of notice, like, it's like if I go further away from the microphone, I'm all muffled.
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's upfront and personal, right in your ear holes.
That's
We can't make that a thing. We can't ASMR, just for clarification.
It's now referenced as asthma.
Asthma. We've got, and what you listen to? A little bit of the album. How are you listening to that? How are you listening to Almo? Oh, it's called Almo. Anyway, that was...
this is not an ASMR podcast.
This is not an ASMR podcast.
Just FYI.
Yeah, it's not.
Despite us trying to sometimes make it a bit ASMR.
I always thought when you like had you on microphone, you'd be a bit more... Like, you'd be like...
That's right.
You do, yeah. It's tempting.
Just, yeah.
But it's weird how, like, because it's where the microphone is, it's like... You can hear stuff. Just gonna swear there, but I didn't want to give that a job.
Hearing the sound of your own voice in your head.
Do you find that weird?
Yes, because whenever you record yourself, you always think you sound a little bit different. I think.
Yes.
And then this has got the crispness of like definition.
Yes.
Of your voice.
It's different. It's different to normal conversation, isn't it?
Yeah. And then there's a bit of reverb as well, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
A bit of
it's got a bit of post processing what it says on there. But it is different. It is really different. And yeah, hearing your own voice back is weird. I have that on my my headphones. Yeah. On my PlayStation. I have that already. So I'm kind of used to that because I find I speak too loudly. That's sort of what I got told off a lot when I was living with my mum and dad's. I was too loud. So having monitoring, I can I'm aware how loud I am. Mm-hmm. For example, should we do a little test? A little test going on here.
Oh no!
If I turn that off,
I can't hear you now.
No, you can't hear me properly, can you?
No.
But you're actually speaking a little bit louder because you don't know how loud you are.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of in your brain sort of situation, like because you can't hear what you're saying, you think I'm quite quiet. Whereas these like headphones are like trying to keep the sound in, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, very technical thing. And I've got like this new kit here. It's all about the new kit here at Quiffcast now.
All the gear.
Some
of the idea.
So it's like season 4 is a massive upgrade, I think.
Season 4. The year of the upgrade.
The upgraded edition.
Just, pizza.
I can't help it. Just the pizza talking. It's the pizza talking now.
The pizza cough.
It's the pizza cough. And I suppose Rob Cameron itself has had major upgrades since we first started doing stuff. Since the first film we made. Get my words out. The first film we made was filmed on the RobCam Mark 1, which is a silver Fuji Jim. I think that's what it's called.
Fuji Jim.
I think it's called a Fuji Jim. And it was just like a digital camera. Back then, it was a digital camera that can do video. Like, it was a big thing. The camera before that was like a camera where it was just did pictures. I watched on the news the other day where there was like a news article about phones at schools. It's the new craze because these phones can take photographs and you can send photographs to each other, not just like text messages.
Yeah.
And it was like big craze. And that's like we take that by advantage now.
I remember when the internet on the phone was...
Yeah.
Because you could take pictures, but you couldn't really send them.
Remember the age of... it
cost like loads of money.
The age of you having music on your phone and like, Bluetooth you that.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. MP3 players.
Yeah, like internet, you didn't dare go on it. Where now everything's just so accessible. Crazy. Yeah, technology in RobCam's changed quite a bit. Like we've got multiple cameras now, new kit for podcasting because podcasting's quite popular now. Back when we did podcasting, it was popular, but it wasn't. I don't think I think lockdown has made it popular.
You're a trendsetter. What can I say?
I know.
Yeah.
We did vlogs and stuff, and then vlogs were big on YouTube. Pioneers, I think that's called. We're the pioneers.
Pizza pioneers.
That sounds like one of the things you can't really say too many times when you're drunk.
Pizza pioneer.
Pizza. Yeah.
Sounds like you're saying pizza paneer.
Pizza paneer.
Like the cheese.
Oh.
Paneer.
Pizza paneer. What are your memories
It's a very open-ended question.
No, what are your memories of? Have you got any fond memories of Robcam filming sessions?
There was some interesting ones on the music muck-up side.
Yeah,
That was when it just kind of was.
That was a very basic idea,
off
wasn't it?
Script.
Yeah, that was a very basic idea.
Yeah.
We just lived for music muck-up. I can't, we probably have talked about this music muck-up before.
Yeah, I think we've done a podcast with it in, yeah.
Music muck-up was basically, the premise of it was I had, on the PS3 at the time, I had music on my PS3.
Mm-hmm.
We literally picked a track, a little bit inspired by, I think, like Lee Evans' Bohemian Rhapsody sort of thing, where he acted out in front of the song.
Yeah.
We sort of did that to different songs. Did the work? Did some tracks work? No. Did some? Yes. You know, I think there was probably a few songs that we picked and think, oh, we like this song, and then we soon realised, we don't know what the fuck to do here.
But that's part of the creative aspect, I think.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to do, but we just did something, and like you say, some things were good, some things were just completely unrelated.
Yeah.
And then you had moments where it was actually like on point.
Yes.
Like Chasing Cars.
Chasing Cars was a good one.
That was
that was a memorable one. I don't think I don't think these will see the light of YouTube. Like, but they probably wouldn't be able to because of copyright.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. We enjoyed doing it. I think it was more for our benefit than anyone else's.
Yeah. I think so.
But that's literally premise of what I've done for a living. Like it's not you know, the stuff I put on YouTube, everything that I've done personal wise for film, it's not, I've never made it for someone. It's always been selfishly for myself. I want to make this, so I'll make it.
Apart from you children who need specials.
True. Did that for the children.
Did that for the children.
No, but I think
and Pudsey Bear.
That's sort of my premise. Yeah, and Pudsey Bear. The premise of like what I do is like, if I don't make anything unless I want to make it, because you know, especially with me doing client work now, my personal project time is limited. So if I'm not making something I don't want to make, if I'm not making something I want to make, then there's no point.
Yes.
Sort of negative nouns and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? Like, I can't waste time. If there's something really popular on YouTube, like, you know, people on my channel, I want to see more of this.
I want a Robcam ASMR.
I want this. I want this.
That would be
great.
Chaos.
That might do good for my numbers, but it's not what I want to do. I think the time that I use for Robcam stuff now Robcam video stuff now is, it's personal development, like learning these new visual effects and stuff. It's what I'm interested in the moment. So like, you've probably seen there's a lot of superhero stuff on my channel at the moment because I'm really interested in that sort of thing. I stayed away from Doctor Who a fair bit because I'm not interested in that as much as I used to be. I still love playing the character. Don't necessarily have the drive to make something with it. So odd cameos of the Quiff Doctor in things, and that's probably it until I get an idea that's particularly Doctor Who orientated and stuff. We did do a lot of Doctor Who stuff at the beginning. Got you in some interesting outfits.
Yeah.
You probably had the most interesting outfits.
I think I'm too easily persuaded as well. It's my problem.
You just show up at my house and like I shove a beret on you. Yeah, put this beret on.
That is literally how it went.
Literally. And even like, from the start, the first Doctor Who episode we did, that's not on YouTube. Nor will it ever be.
Thank God.
There's multiple reasons why it won't be online. But yeah, I dressed you. I just basically handed you a 2020 scout. But it was my size at the time.
Yeah, and I was a little bit taller than most at that age of life.
Yeah.
So it almost showed my belly button at points.
A very what's the word?
Lacking in space for those with a longer upper body.
Yes.
That's not one word.
I think there's a lot of low angle shots as well of you because I was trying to get the height on it. We tried to make a random back street of Darlington look like Shakespeare in London, which was interesting. Didn't work really.
Well,
You could.
But
There was clear modern day light posts in the shot,
Yeah.
and I was just saying, "Oh, we're in 1599." No, we're not. No, we're not, mate.
Gonna see who the real enemy is.
Yes. God's sake, I need to watch that back.
Mm-hmm.
Just the writing. What?
That probably is on YouTube.
What?
We're gonna see who the real enemy is.
No,
Have you not put those takes on?
No.
I would have thought they would have been at the end of a blog or something.
None of Twist and Tail is on YouTube.
Oh, I just expected that
No.
element to be somewhere because it is gold.
It is called like, I don't know, maybe a very later date.
I think the
when I've
best.
got nothing else to put up on YouTube.
I think the best bit was when you were like take 15
Yes.
and you swapped over.
Yes.
It's like,
Well, that's it. You do play like I think the main sort of thing out of these videos is having fun with it. If you're not having fun doing it,
yeah.
with the children need stuff, we had fun doing that. Like loads of outtakes, and there was technical issues like the tripod was not working properly, and there's like
Running scenes.
There's a couple of outtakes in the children need stuff where literally the tripod just stopped working and then the shot literally just went upwards.
Was there a bit where I had to throw a hat on something? Or you had to throw a hat on something? I thought
you had to balance a pudsey bear on your head.
Yes.
That's one thing you had to do.
And I'm sure I had to throw a hat at one.
Did you?
I think I did, and I had to
I can't remember you attacking
hit
one.
it.
I can't remember you doing any attacking. Did you attack?
I don't know, but one of the other things I remember doing, which looks really, really silly, and I thought back on it, was there's like an episode where I've got a gun and I hold it really stupidly. I think it was Twisting My Tail.
Yeah.
And it's like a gun that's like this big.
Yeah.
And I put 2 hands on it. I don't know how and I don't know why, but
yeah,
I'm like holding it like this. I'm literally making myself look like I'm about 4 years old. By putting 2 hands on this tiny. I was just like, why didn't he tell me to like do another take?
I think back then I was like, we've got it.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the line right, if you do the action right, then I'm happy with it.
But I was just
Whereas I'm a bit more picky
what
nowadays.
have I done?
I do a lot more takes now. Like the most recent project that we're filming, which I'm not saying anything about yet because I haven't really announced it. But latest, I'd say you could class it as a fan film, I suppose. We spent like a solid day on maybe 10 or 20 seconds, like a scene that is at the very beginning of it, and there's so much more to film with it, but it's just nailing it. I think I'm a lot more particular than I was back then. If I will get people to do take after take until I hear the right one.
Yeah.
But I'm like that with myself as well, like because I act. I'll do the same line again and again and again. And sometimes it's a case of just getting a certain bit right. Like the intro, like when we did the first season 4 Quiffcast, I was getting things wrong a lot.
I think my favourite bit was when you just forgot to unmute me. You probably put it in the outtakes, but I'm just sat there going...
Yeah, I just forgot to... Mine was the only microphone that was on. I was like, I was introducing everyone. And no one could talk. Happens.
But I knew, I saw you hadn't even gotten onto it. And I was like...
That's the awkward thing with it being like video podcast now as well. As you can't get away with more. There's a lot you can't get away with. Like I had to adjust Ryan's, I'm going to say it now because it was on the video. I had to adjust Ryan's microphone there because it was slipping over there and I noticed your voice was echoing a little bit. So I see little bits of things like that, you see. Tell you one thing that we didn't have pre-lockdown in terms of Robcam stuff, which I don't think you've actually... No, you haven't. Well, you will. But the studio's new.
Yes.
Gone are the days where filming up in my mum and dad's loft with a green screen that was just basically a sheet on a stick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's an accurate description.
I mean, that's still a sheet, but it's a very... It's
not got like...
Profesh.
It's not like got curtain folds in it.
We've got a floor as well, like it's a fitted green screen floor and stuff like that. We've got a studio now, which is even 3 years ago, I would never have thought I'll have a studio to do stuff with.
Yeah.
But because of my business, it was the next step. It's good to have a place for clients to literally come and review stuff and do the projects here as well. And you can't really say, I'll pop over to my mum and dad's and go on the loft and go in the attic. No, it's not.
Turn the lights off and put the night vision mode on.
Get the night mode on. Look.
Do me a discount or
just I can do a discount if you want. So no awkward things like that. But it's nice. It's we were discussing this a little bit, but you haven't actually filmed here before. Well,
no.
You have now.
Yes.
But not for a project. There's a lot more room for creative freedom to do stuff. I mean, we couldn't get like 2 people on a green screen back in the day, but now loads of room. So it's nice. It's a nice thing to have. It's good for creativeness. Good for creativeness. And I suppose because we were talking about like little ideas because there's a certain like I think that's sort of why we started doing the Quiffcast in the first place. We do bounce off each other quite a bit.
Bounce.
Yeah. We do bounce off each other quite a bit. And that's sort of how when podcasts work. And when, you think of like Ant and Dec, Rhett and Link, all these different what? What are you thinking? What?
I feel like you're just comparing us to...
No, but I'm not comparing them. I'm sort of saying...
It's more like Bonnie and Clyde and Cannon and Ball.
Well, it's like successful duos and, you look at the likes of Rhett and Link, they know how each other's minds work and how the humour works and stuff like that. You know ways that makes me laugh and I know ways that makes you laugh and stuff like that. So you need that sort of thing, I think, for a podcast because you want interesting people to listen to. And we were talking about like things because, gone are the days where we can do a music mock-up anytime we want, really. But we were sort of thinking of different shows. And you're very food-oriented.
Yes.
You do like your food. So we were considering doing a food, not a food show, but like one of those, I don't know, just trying things.
We did do
challenges,
one, didn't we?
We did, but
we did try and do one.
But it technically didn't work.
No,
because we were literally filming it in my bedroom at the time.
Yeah,
and I think the camera was out of focus on one of the cameras, and it just like broke.
What was it that we were eating?
So
I can't remember.
We could just save it and then do it again.
It's true. Yeah, but I feel like you've kind of experimented a lot more than back in those days.
Oh
now.
yeah.
So
I'm going to put this on record that I'd like to do like a Hot Ones sort of thing.
Okay. That's bold.
Yeah.
That's very bold for you. Yeah.
For me it is, yeah. But I'd like to.
Okay. I mean,
or
to a certain degree. We could do like a Nando's wings kind of thing.
Because I never go beyond...
Because there's nowhere else really in Darlington.
No.
So.
You can take all the Hot Ones stuff though.
Yeah.
So we could like maybe take the Nando's as the first step.
Or there's probably plenty of wings places in Newcastle.
True.
So if you bring your gear. Could do...
I'd like a studio sort of scenario, like where we can like actually... Sorry. Where can I have pizza? So we can actually like, a controlled environment.
Because with Nando's, I can do, like for the chicken, I can probably do about medium comfortably. Yeah. I can just about do hot.
Yeah.
And then you get the really like the black sauce.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do lemon and herb.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's I think me just
curries.
saying that. I don't know. I like the idea of Nando's better.
Okay.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah, curries can be the next step.
It's not like it's not a taste thing. Yeah, it's a sort of taste sort of thing, isn't it? Whereas like Hot Ones, it's like...
And then soon before that, it'll be sponsored and everybody will want to... All the new food places in town will be like, oh, I want to get on the podcast.
Yeah.
And feed Rob food that he's never eaten before.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, don't narrow it down to me. It has to be a group effort.
Well, I've probably eaten whatever they'll throw at me, so... eaten most things.
Well, it'd be nice if we could get like a setup where... I mean, obviously we've got this setup now where we've got like the table, but if we turn it around And then we've got like a bit
Put
of
it upside down.
upside down, yeah, whatever. We could have like a sort of talk show sort of look, I guess.
I mean, some people probably.
I mean, Hot Ones is like this, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like a table.
We're just brainstorming now on a podcast.
Yeah,
but hey, this is the creative process in action.
It's reusing all ideas.
Yeah, just
upgrade
and recycle. That's what the internet is, though. Let's be honest.
Mm.
What were we talking about before? About the cake thing.
Yes. Oh, we should do that.
Did we say that on podcast, or did we?
We did that on podcast.
Did we?
Okay. Yeah, because I said you should do it for your birthday.
That's right. That's right. Don't recycle. Don't. Speaking about recycling things, let's not recycle a conversation that we had a few podcasts ago. But yeah, I'd like to do something like that. I still like to do that. I think once we have the studio space to do that in,
different cheeses.
We sort of have it now.
Different cheeses.
I don't know. To be fair, I've been eating more cheese recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love halloumi now. I love a bit of halloumi.
There you go.
I love halloumi.
Sushi.
That's fairly new.
Yeah.
That's recent. Not fairly recent.
Yeah. I was very surprised. We went out for tea the other week, and you had, was it tuna carpaccio?
No, I didn't have that.
I had salmon.
I had salmon.
But you still had sashimi.
Yes, I had salmon sashimi. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, no, I love it on the. I can't remember. That's the thing. I don't remember the names. I know like Maki's and and that's Maki's as in sushi maki rather than. But you're a bit more experimental than me with your stuff. What kind of things do you like eating?
Everything really. Just food.
I tried to do it subtly there, but it didn't work out. Stop it! Stop it, man! Stop it! You're hurting people's ears.
So for those that can watch Rob try and fix his microphone. Oh, there we go.
Fantastic. It's working. It's working. Right.
We had a scene earlier where we all thought it was my microphone.
Oh yeah, when we were setting up for the first one.
And we tried to block it out on the deck, and it turned out it was
me.
Rob's microphone.
It was my microphone.
After everyone was like, Ryan,
well, I need more mic. It's learning. It's a learning process. This whole new podcast situation. I'm learning how to use the audio deck, and wire management. I think is probably a goal. I think if you can see on the long shot angle over there. But it's I'm going back to the podcast full circle with the topic.
Mm-hmm.
I have high hopes. I have high hopes for the Quiffcast now. I love doing the podcasts. I love doing the Quiffcast back when we did it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a certain excitement. There's a certain spark. Going back to sparks as well. There's a certain spark about doing it this way.
Yeah,
that feels more professional, but also just it's a step up. Which I suppose is still professional.
Well, I mean, I think it even shows that you are considering doing it as part of your business as well.
Yeah, that's it. So people, local businesses and local people, to where I am, they can come in and do a podcast, with with me at the technical side of it. Once I've evened out the little bumps and stuff and wire issues and things like that. But it's because podcasts are popular now. It's surprising, and there's niches, very big niches. There's a client I do some work for. You can check it out on YouTube. Actually, the wood flooring podcast. I did this basically. I did the multicam filming for one of his podcasts, and probably will do some more for him in the future. And yeah, it's a difference. It's a step up, and it's like, as I say, his niche is he gets different flooring companies in to talk about flooring. I know he's sort of like laughing and stuff like that, but it's like I was speaking to somebody the other day. People want to do like a plumbing podcast, or they want to do something very, very specific. I know we're not specific with what we speak about on the Quiffcast. But that's sort of why I'm sort of leaning towards nerd about things that they're nerdy about. Because sometimes when you're focused, when you've got a focused podcast, it works a lot better.
I am looking forward to the day when we can talk about different wooden flooring as well.
Yeah, we'll get
good.
We'll do a collab.
Yeah,
bit of a collab. That'll be good. A little bit of a collab podcast.
When we finally run out of ideas.
Yes, we'll talk a little bit about floors and stuff. To be fair, the floor in the studio needs a bit of work doing.
Yeah, I think there's room for
potential.
maneuver.
Yes.
I'm waiting for when you get purple lino down. That's what I'm.
Purple lino.
Purple lino. Well, I have noticed there's not a huge amount of purple.
No, but the thing is,
purple's your brand.
The thing is, with my podcast, with this whole sort of podcast sort of sitch, I have to keep it neutral because.
But not fun. No, so purple lino.
I have to get some flooring advice from
purple lino with quiffs in it.
I mean, I'll speak to my flooring guy.
Or a big one, like in the middle.
Just like a big quiff logo.
Just a big quiff in the middle.
Yeah.
Like a Hollywood sign.
I'll speak to him like a spotlight.
Like
to a spotlight.
Yeah.
Bat signal. Quiff signal. Could do that, yeah. Well, when I reach that point in my show business career, I have the contacts.
Going in the podcast room.
I have the contacts to literally say, yes, I want my logo ingrained in the flooring.
And I want a bat signal.
But
it's the quiff.
Yeah.
The quiff signal.
Well, at the top of this building, there will be a spotlight. And then, whenever I'm live doing a podcast, it'll shine out. And everyone in Darlington will know I'm doing a podcast. Everyone.
Be like, what's that collection of triangles up in the sky?
What's that? It looks like the Disney
What's that
logo.
bonfire doing up there?
Looks like Disney logo, but like simplified. No, it's not that.
Disney logo dragged through a bush backwards.
It's weird. It's the amount of people like when they see my brand. Oh, what is that? And they're like, is that your hair? I was like, yeah. It's like, oh, okay. It's like there's mixed reactions. Like, oh, is that? What is that? It's like, well, and then like a bit. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. I get mixed reactions for that, but it's a brand. It's a brand. We sort of brand everything as it now.
It's a brand.
Quiffco, Quiffcast, all that sort of stuff. And here it is in the logo. I like my logo. I haven't redesigned my logo in yonks because it's a simple design, and I like it. This is.
You might
Apple
do it in
sort
a
of way.
little 3D version at some point. You could do
3D.
that.
Bit of 3D.
But then you have to go back and change all your branding on your marketing materials.
But it's just the evolution. At some point there might be a change in brand. Quifvolution. Absolutely. But things change. Things change, and I think with Robcam, there's a lot of change going on. Obviously, it's progressed from something we did. A couple of us did some stuff, and then we got more people involved, and then a larger scope. Like we got people outside of the local area involved. Ash is involved, and he's in Brighton. We've got people in Birmingham involved. There's people involved in Scotland, Wales. It's all across the country, Robcam now. No, you know what I mean? Like people collaborating. And then now it's obviously changed into a business. And obviously I don't neglect the personal Robcam stuff, like the short films and sketches and all that sort of stuff, because I love doing them. When I get a chance to do them, I do them because my brain doesn't switch off. After a long day of work, doing client work for people, I don't just switch off and do nothing. I'm probably thinking of my own film content. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop, Ryan. It doesn't stop.
It just doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. But that's the way, and I'm looking forward to what the future may bring. And I'm looking forward to what the future of Quiffcast is going to bring, because I'm very, very excited, hopeful, energized. Should I say that? Show it the megaphone. Energized. No, should I do it like a monster one, like a energized? That sounds a bit more evil. Actually, I'm not going to do that one.
That's like the scary thing out of the Flash.
Yeah, like the
what's it called?
The reverse flash or zoom.
Which one do you want?
I can't remember.
You don't remember?
Might be the reverse flash.
The reverse flash. Oh, I'm not like the Flash at all. Some would say I'm the reverse.
It's a little bit. I don't know, a bit lower than that, but it's evil. Evil. Not like that. That's less evil. That one. There's an ongoing theme where I just start playing when we like finishing our podcast. I just start playing with the buttons. I just start playing with the buttons because I'm sort of prepping myself for the outro music sort of thing. But yeah, no, I am excited about the future of the Quiffcast, and I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. I have an interesting fact that I learned last night.
Go on.
So, have you heard of the radio station LBC?
No.
Cool. Well, there's a radio station called LBC.
Yeah.
They pose questions.
Mm.
So they were talking about Rishi Sunak.
Right.
And some of his latest and greatest policies that are flying around Whitehall.
Getting political here.
And then
Yes.
they talked about a telescope in space.
Hubble.
No.
Oh.
I can't remember the name because it was at 3 a.m. when this was on. It's something like the James Webb telescope.
James Webb telescope.
Or something along those lines.
I've not heard of that.
Well, it's a new telescope that's just gone into space.
This is really...
And
Go
it's
on.
taken some pictures of a zone where stars form, which is many millions of light years away.
Oh.
And, interesting fact alert,
Okay.
if you were that spacecraft and you looked back at the Earth,
Right.
you could potentially see back in time.
Oh.
Because the light would reflect from the Earth, and then the distance travelled is then
What's that whole thing of
time.
That's the thing of the sun is you getting heat waves from like ages ago in the past sort of thing. Space is fascinating, but maybe a topic for another podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, as a teaser, me and Ryan might get spatial awareness with or being aware of a space and spatial awareness. You just realise that in this next podcast we'll be a lot closer to each other. Or something along those lines. Right, I think I want to wrap up this podcast, but not before a word from our sponsor, which is...
why haven't you got a Quifco button yet?
I need a button where like it has cheesy music for the sponsor.
Supermarket voice on.
Yes.
The supermarket
You're right.
voice. I'm calling it the supermarket voice.
You're completely right. So a word from our sponsor.
Ding dong.
Introducing from Quifco, the Quifco telescope in space. Have you ever wanted to see into the past or the future? Well, you can with the Quifco Space Telescope. There is some limitations with this telescope because you can only see 5 seconds in the future or in the past. If you've got anything to tell yourself, be very brief about it. Thank you for listening. You can now order your tickets to fly up to the Space Telescope for a cheap price of $5,000 per minute. So yeah, I don't know how long the flight is, but I'm sure someone will be able to work it out.
I'm in 5 seconds into the past or future.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's niche, but
Probably not that far.
no. But if
Probably just.
you probably see yourself arrive,
It's probably just an an aeroplane. Maybe a little bit higher. You never know.
you never know.
Who knows?
It's in development. Anyway, thank you very much for listening and watching to this podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I think that's probably encompasses both of them, doesn't it? Thank you for tuning into this Quiffcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for listening to this Quiffcast. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe on other platforms and on YouTube as well. But until next time, thank you, Ryan, for jumping on this podcast. It's been very enjoyable. And until next time,
jumping on the podcast.
Take care, quiff the hair, and I shall see you there.
Bye.
Bye for now.